Já pensou em ser o primeiro a fazer algo? Bom, no episódio de hoje da ONU News, na edição especial da Intersolar 2024, vamos fazer uma entrevista exclusiva com o Amir. O Amir foi o primeiro a instalar um sistema SolarEdge nos Estados Unidos. SolarEdge é referência em segurança no mundo, devido à tecnologia através de optimizadores. Então não vamos perder tempo, vamos diretamente para a Intersolar 2024 em São Paulo para acompanhar essa entrevista.
Amir, guys, is the first person to install a SolarEdge in the United States. And today he's here to share some of his knowledge of what he went through in the US market that can help us deliver like a better solution and more efficiency and profitability to our customers here in Brazil. So Amir, we were talking about a little bit earlier today, and I mean, it's incredible like the way you thought of how many projects we can actually do in one day,
Right.
and how that can be a game changer for everybody. So can you share a little bit more about that for everybody?
I'm happy to. So the one thing that we learned very quickly in the United States is that the quicker you are at installing is not always the best for your quality. But what you do need to make sure that you do is you're able to quantify how much systems you can install in one day. So there's a big difference between installing a 6 kilowatt system in one day or in 1.1 day. And the goal is really to figure out your efficiencies and making sure that you know how much time it will take you to install a certain system size.
And I know that in Brazil, we have a challenge of the labor, right? So sometimes you're going to hire labor that is not doing that amount of quality or that amount of production in one day. So how do you think we can better control that? How is there a system that we can create in order to track how those people are actually working, if they're delivering quality and if they're producing what they're supposed to be producing on that day?
Absolutely, yeah. So the one thing that's really important is to have like a concierge that is able to escort the project between sales to permitting to getting equipment to the job site, making sure that you have everything that you need. You don't need to go find more equipment. All these things stack up eventually because they're adding time to your project. The other thing is when you're adding time to your project, you may actually lose the sale. So it's very important to know how many days it takes you from sale to permit, to installation, to commissioning, to interconnection, and continue to dial that in slowly.
That's definitely true. So in our company, we use a system called ClickUp,
Okay.
which is a project management system.
Right.
But it took a long time for us to actually to come back with this and actually to start using it efficiently and actually be able to see those numbers. Is there like a first step so I can try to make this a little simpler so everybody can actually be able to control that production?
If you know how to do it well, all you need to explain to them is the longer your project takes and the less times you touch the customer, you're going to lose deals. So in the US, I think 50% of the sales are never installed, 50. I don't know in Brazil, because the customer changed.
Really?
50. Yeah.
No, here's a little different because I remember I have a friend of mine that he works in San Francisco, and he's a big installer guy. And he was telling me before the new law that came up in last year, in March 14th, I believe, it has like a 14 months of projects for him to solve.
Right.
And I was like, okay, that doesn't work in Brazil.
Explain why. So I live in California. So we killed that week.
Yes, he's playing.
So everyone pulled permit. I have a permit on my house from 1.5 years, from April of last year. I still don't install, I haven't installed the system yet.
Really?
So everybody pulled permits, but will you install them? I don't know.
Well, one thing I noticed though is that we do a little faster here. So for example, our company, for instance, if we're doing a regular system on a house, we got in our contract, we're gonna make sure that we deliver everything ready to go in less than 60 days.
Amazing.
Yeah, so we try to do that. Unless it's a big project, then we adjust and
we'll take more time.
Exactly. Okay, another thing that we talked about earlier today, Amir, was that there's a difference because everybody was thinking about, okay, I want to sign more projects, 5, 10, 15, 20. But then you gave me a really good insight. It's not always about just how many projects you are doing. Can you share a little more about that?
So what's really important is if you're trying to grow next year by 20%, let's say, I would rather grow by my system size by 20% instead of the number of jobs that I'm doing by 20%. And it's clear why. You know, my fixed cost is fixed.
It's the same.
My permitting, my sale, commission. So I want to make sure that I always maximize the system size. When I meet a homeowner, if I can get 1 or 2 more panels on the roof, it will be great for them, but it's also much more beneficial for me than trying to find another sale.
It's a better profit for you as well, right?
Exactly.
And it's funny you saying that because this happened with us. Yeah. We were actually, we didn't change the type of customer that we're doing. We do a lot of apartment complexes, so vertical buildings, right? So before, we were doing like a system that was maybe 27, 30 kilowatt peak.
Right.
But now we're doing 55, 60 kilowatt peak of average. And we're doing that on the same person. So it's really important, guys, that you understand that there's a whole new concept in the market that you can explore. A lot of opportunities, a lot of solutions. And for us to come to an end here, Amir,
Sure.
if there's one thing that you could say to providers like us that are starting or already on the market, that they want to grow, they want to develop themselves, what would be like a tip that you can give some of our audience here?
Yeah, sure. Well, the reason SolarEdge has been successful is really being able to give good quality and good support to our partners and to stand behind our product. So, you know, everybody has challenges, but it's how you respond to the challenges at the end of the day. And that is something that we are very proud of and have always stood behind our customers. Through anything that they had to go through, we're there for them. So if you're an installer, you have to build that reputation and you have to work with your customers and support them no matter what.
Thank you very, very much. So this was it, guys. This is another On News here at Intersolar 2024, the biggest solar fair in Latin America. And I appreciate you having the time to talk to us. Thank you so much.